What happens when the woman who taught us that kindness can be found in the most unexpected places takes her final bow? What happens when an Oscar-winning actress who gave us one of the most memorable moments in holiday film history is suddenly gone? On the 16th of July 2026, the world lost a beloved actress. Brenda Fricker, the Oscar-winning Irish actress, best known for her roles in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, My Left Foot, and The Field, has died at the age of 80. Her family confirmed the news, saying, "It is with deep sadness that we announce the passing of Brenda Fricker. She died peacefully at her home in Dublin, surrounded by her family and loved ones." But here's what makes this story so remarkable. Brenda Fricker was a woman who never sought fame. She turned down Hollywood stardom to return to her beloved Ireland. She was an Oscar winner who preferred the theatre to the red carpet. And she brought warmth and humanity to every role she played. Stay with us as we explore the life, career and enduring legacy of Brenda Fricker. Who was Brenda Fricker? Brenda Fricker was born on the 17th of February 1945 in Dublin, Ireland. She was the daughter of a civil servant and a former actress. She first worked as a newspaper reporter and later as a trauma nurse in an operating room. She later confessed she was always more interested in theatre and the arts, but it wasn't until her late 20s that she decided to become a professional actress. She began her career at Dublin's famed Abbey Theatre, performing in plays by Samuel Beckett and other Irish playwrights. She also performed at the Royal Shakespeare Company in London, sharing the stage with some of the finest actors of her generation. She was a character actress who was comfortable in any role. Her film career grew slowly but steadily in the 1980s, with supporting roles in The Irish RM and The Ballroom of Romance. But her big breakthrough came in 1989, winning the Oscar. In 1989, Brenda Fricker appeared in the film My Left Foot alongside Daniel Day-Lewis. She played the role of Bridget Brown, the supportive mother of Christy Brown, a man with cerebral palsy who becomes a writer and painter. She described her role in My Left Foot as a love letter to mothers everywhere. The performance earned her widespread recognition and praise from critics and audiences. At the 1990 Academy Awards, she won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. She was the second Irish actress to win an Oscar following Maureen O'Hara, who won an honorary Oscar. She was one of the few actresses to win an Oscar for a supporting role in a film that also won Best Actor Daniel Day-Lewis. When she accepted the award, she dedicated it to the mothers of Ireland and to the memory of her own mother, who was in the audience but in a nursing home. After her Oscar win, she reportedly went home and put the statuette in a cupboard. She said, "It's not that I don't appreciate it, but the work is more important than the award." Home Alone 2 and The Pigeon Lady. Just 2 years after winning her Oscar, Brenda Fricker took on a role that would make her beloved by a new generation of fans. In 1992, she was cast in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, as the Pigeon Lady, the homeless woman who befriends Kevin McAllister in Central Park. She was hesitant to take the role at first, fearing she would be pigeonholed, but the script called for a character full of depth and heart, and she decided to take it. Her character was a homeless woman who feeds the pigeons in Central Park and finds solace in the birds. Her scenes were some of the most memorable in the film, and for many children, she was the first person they saw who represented homelessness with dignity and compassion. The final scene, where she is reunited with Kevin, remains one of the most heartwarming moments in holiday film history. When asked about her most iconic line, she delivered it perfectly. "It is not good to be alone, but sometimes it is the only way to be." Cause of death. Let me address the question at the top. What killed Brenda Fricker? Brenda Fricker died on the 16th of July 2026 at her home in Dublin, Ireland. She was 80 years old. Her death was confirmed by her family, who said she had been in declining health for some time. But as of this recording, no specific cause of death has been publicly released. She was remembered in a statement from her brother. Brenda passed away peacefully in her beloved Dublin, surrounded by family. We are all heartbroken, but comforted that she is no longer in pain. She had been living with health issues for several years. In earlier interviews, she had spoken about her struggles with health, and she had largely withdrawn from public life in recent years. Her final film role was in 2019's The Field. She had not appeared on screen since. She died at her home in the city she loved, surrounded by the family she cherished. Family and personal life, a private soul. Now let me talk about Brenda Fricker's personal life, something she kept remarkably private. She was married to Barry Fricker, but details about her marriage are scarce as she fiercely protected her private life. She had no children. She described herself as a private person who never wanted to be a celebrity. She was the sister of Joseph Fricker, a former Irish television presenter. She lived for many years in her native Dublin, where she loved gardening and spending time with her friends, family, and her beloved pets. She was often seen around Dublin, shopping at the local market or taking walks along the river. She was a familiar figure to her neighbours, and she was famous in Ireland for her down-to-earth personality. She was also a patron of many Irish charities, especially those focused on homelessness and mental health, .net worth and lifestyle. So how much was Brenda Fricker worth? Brenda Fricker's estimated net worth at the time of her death was approximately $5 million. Her wealth came from her Oscar-winning role in My Left Foot. Her role in Home Alone 2, which continues to generate royalties. Her stage work in Ireland and the UK, film and television appearances across 5 decades, her work in the theatre and as a director. While she did not seek commercial success, her work in My Left Foot and Home Alone 2 continued to generate income through royalties and streaming royalties. She lived a comfortable but quiet life in Dublin. She never owned a lavish home or drove a flashy car. She was a private, modest woman who valued people over possessions. Other notable roles. A versatile career. Brenda Fricker's career spanned over 5 decades and included more than 40 film and television roles. Her film credits include The Field, 1990, where she starred alongside Richard Harris and John Hurt, Casper, 1995, where she voiced the character of the ghostly mother, A Secret Affair, 1998, a romantic drama, Omnibus, and other Irish productions. On television, she appeared in The Irish RM, 1983 to 1985, Tales from the Crypt, The Bill, The Scarlet Pimpernel, Casualty, Father Ted, Waking Ned Devine, 1998. She voiced the character of Mrs. O'Reilly in the animated series The Wild Thornberrys. She was also a respected stage actress, performing in productions at Dublin's Gate Theatre and London's West End. She was a member of the Abbey Theatre and performed in many Shakespeare productions. Rybutes, The World Reacts. When news of Brenda Fricker's death broke, tributes poured in from around the world. Daniel Day-Lewis, her co-star in My Left Foot, said, "Brenda was a remarkable talent and a beautiful soul. I am deeply saddened by her passing. She brought so much warmth and humanity to every role she played." Macaulay Culkin, her co-star in Home Alone 2, wrote, "She was a wonderful person and a fantastic actress. She brought so much joy to the Pigeon Lady. My thoughts are with her family." The Irish Prime Minister, Taoiseach, issued a statement. "Brenda Fricker was a national treasure. She made Ireland proud. Our thoughts are with her family." Fans around the world also paid tribute. One wrote, "She taught me that kindness can be found in the most unexpected places." Another said, "The Pigeon Lady will always have a special place in my heart. Her final years, quiet retirement." After her final film appearance in 2019, Brenda Fricker retreated from public life. She lived quietly in Dublin, where she was known for her kindness and generosity. She was a regular at the local market and was often spotted walking her dogs near her home. She had been in declining health for several years and had largely withdrawn from public view. She was remembered by her brother Joseph Fricker, who said, "She was a private person, but she was also deeply generous. She gave to so many causes, but she never wanted to be thanked for it." Her final public appearance was in 2022 when she attended a screening of My Left Foot in Dublin. She received a standing ovation. Legacy: a life of kindness. Brenda Fricker died on the 16th of July 2026. She was 80 years old. Her cause of death has not been publicly disclosed. but her legacy is not defined by how she died. She was a woman who never sought fame. She was an Oscar winner who preferred to work in the theatre. She was a beloved actress who turned down Hollywood to return to her native Ireland. She gave us some of the most memorable performances of the 1990s. She won an Academy Award. She played the Pigeon Lady in Home Alone 2. She was a mother, a sister, and a friend. And she taught us that kindness can be found in the most unexpected places. She once said, "I never wanted to be famous. I just wanted to be a good actress. And I hope I succeeded." She did. Rest in peace, Brenda Fricker. You will never be forgotten. If this tribute touched your heart, please like, subscribe, and share your favourite Brenda Fricker memory in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one.